Morning. Okay, so here's my thoughts for today. Hope you're really well and wish you a lovely day. Most people are always getting emotionally disturbed in life, and that's, as Eckhart Tolle says, they're identified. We get disturbed when we take our identity, our sense of self, to be part of something. For example, most people think or feel that who they are is like their body or their personality's opinions or things that their personality or body has or owns, like their job, their house. So things that your body or your personality has, or like your opinion, that's something that your personality has. But our personality that has been forged, our personality that has been forged from our experiences in this lifetime, our conditioning and programming and all of the different things we went through and did and had and lost and got, accumulated, and all of our successes and failures, all of these all add up, our family, etc., to our society, our country. We get attached to these things as if it's part of us. So this was what identified means. It's like an extended limb, an opinion, or your house, or your car, your achievement. It's like an extended limb of your, like an extra arm or a limb of yours, okay? So if somebody tries to put down or take away or diminish or rob your any of these things, like put down your opinion or make fun of your car or make fun of your body, calling you ugly or whatever, stupid, because we're identified and attached to these things, we get offended, we get upset, we get disturbed. Okay, so let's say, for example, we're not attached. What are we not attached to in life? What are we not identified with? Something that has not got to do with us. So, for example, let's say someone else's car gets robbed. Loads of people's cars are getting robbed all over the country every day. Or someone is called a name in school, which happens all the time, every day. We don't get offended. We don't get disturbed because it's not ours. We're not attached to it. It's crazy, isn't it? So it's not like it's our limb that's being put down or hurt or taken away. Because it's not us, when we are not attached on our what we're identified to, it doesn't really bother us particularly too much. So it's funny, the minute someone says something about your body or your opinion or your stuff, then you get offended, like triggered like crazy. So how do we become unattached? We're already unattached to the stuff of other people. We don't particularly get all sad or depressed if other person loses their money. But if it happens to us, we're definitely worried, anxious, afraid, annoyed, angry, etc. So we're already unattached to other people's stuff, okay? We're unattached already. So we have emotional freedom there. We have lightness, carefree. We're okay. How do we become okay with when our stuff is being possibly threatened or diminished, or we're being put down or made fun of or whatever? How do we become unattached and carefree and light and at peace and alright, just feeling good and fine and okay? Alright, so here's how you do it. It's like what Eckhart Tolle says, we disidentify with our identifications. So how do you do that? It's not just Eckhart Tolle, by the way. It's all the other spiritual teachers like Adyashanti, Muji, Ramana Maharshi. Bet you anything, the Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, they all knew this and said this. I bet you anything. And I haven't studied all of these, but I've looked at some of them, and I know already some of them have and do say this. They're living today. So we gain freedom the more we self-realize, is one of the words they use today. the more we realize, not just think or believe, but the more we realize from our own experience, our own direct experience, the silent being of awareness that we are, then we know we're not our personality or our stuff. The more we get to experience and feel the life form of attention that we are, then we know we're not our stuff, we're not our opinion, we're not our body. So it's like a Maso, it's not us, so it's like it's somebody else's. So in the same way as we're unattached to someone else's stuff and body, then we become unattached to our body and our stuff, our opinions, our material objects, our successes or failures. We play in the world, we manifest and create in the world, but we do it harmoniously with detachment, with peace, with ease, with joy, with harmony. We don't particularly overly care to the extent we're disturbed and told and made how to feel all the time by other people's behavior and life's events. Life's unexpected changing events and people's unexpected changing moods and behaviors. So this is what we all want, basically speaking, emotional freedom completely, to the place of deep inner peace, becoming unflusteredness. I like that word. So some people try and achieve this with meditation. I generally say meditation is cool, but implement this in your life. Make it a practice throughout the day, not just in a room at the beginning or the end of the day. Practice knowing. Practice being the awareness. Practice being the light of attention, the light of consciousness that shines on something. See, you are attention itself before you even shine your attention on and put your attention on something. Most people have a reservoir that's like 1% or so, or very tiny, whereas the great spiritual teachers had a much huger reservoir, living consciously instead of living unconsciously, living awarefully instead of unawarefully, living knowingfully instead of not knowing. So right now, for example, your attention is on me speaking and talking. You hear me and you see me, but is 100% of your attention on me, or do you happen to know that you are listening to me? So you have a few percent left of attention within that's not shining forth, not completely lost and sucked into the world. You're not like controlled like a dog that's got a sniff, a scent, and you're just running after everywhere where the scent takes you. That's like you're lost in what's fascinating you. You're lost in your wishes and desires. You're lost in what you're afraid of. You're being controlled like a puppet. So when you know you don't just react to what's happening. There's a space before you get to choose what you want to say, what you want to do. You know how you feel. You know what you're looking at. For example, right now, here's the practice. You could say, I know I am looking at Owen. I know I'm sitting down or standing. I know I'm sitting down or standing here where I am. I know where I am in my present moment. So there's a gap, there's a space, there's an awareness left over, even if it's just a little bit. Whenever there's a gap of spacious awareness left over, whenever all of your attention isn't totally absorbed in the world, in things and stuff in the present moment, that's when you have a gap of spacious choice. You know how you're feeling, you know what you're thinking. You know if you're possibly starting to react, because when you're reacting, then you don't know, you've already got lost in the reaction. But when you know, when you wake up out of a reaction, like an argument or a reaction, an emotional reaction, then you're awake again, and you know, and you're aware. So you know you've just finished reacting, and now you have some attention left over. When you react, all of your attention, for example, is is in the situation. There's a traffic jam. You become emotionally disturbed, flustered, and you react because of your thoughts and the images in your head, creating the emotions, and your emotions creating these thoughts and images. Words spill over, and you start maybe cursing or giving out, or you start like you thump something. So when these were happening, you didn't know that you didn't choose consciously, I'm going to like do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to say this. There was no gap of choice. It just happened to you. It spilled over. It spilled over from a reflex, an unconscious reaction. Like most people, their words are just spilling out of their brain, basically speaking. That's cool. I don't mean that as an insult, of course. So it's like it comes out of their thoughts. It's like automatic thought words coming out. For example, if you have an image in your head of a cookie and you happen to be hungry and you know there's a cookie in the kitchen, before you know it, you might be in the kitchen. It's like you didn't know and choose with a gap of awareness, saying, "Okay, I know I'm going to get up off the sofa now." You know as you're getting up off the sofa, you're aware of the present moment and you're aware of how your body is starting to move. Do you know, like you say, okay, as you're like straightening your legs, getting up off the sofa from sitting down or the chair, do you know that your legs are straightening up and you're starting to move towards the kitchen? Most people don't know this. They live in a rush getting to the next moment. Uh, they want something and the world sucks in their attention fully and they just go somewhere, they do something. It's like their body starts moving unconsciously without them knowing. Some people teach this and call this like body awareness, being anchored in the body. People like even make meditations for this where they walk around the room slowly or they walk slowly. You pay attention to what you're doing and how your body is moving. The more aware and the more you know, the more you keep a little bit of your attention left over, so all of your attention isn't being dragged into the world and absorbed, going places all the time. Something is always taking all of your attention. The minute you keep some of your attention left over, then you get to know stuff. You get to have more spacious awareness and choice and emotional freedom and lightness, and you get to choose your relationships better because you get to choose your words and you get to choose basically how to create your emotions because you choose the you become aware of how your thoughts and were affecting your emotions very negatively before. Negative programmed thoughts, repetitive thoughts, looping thoughts. You become aware of these, whereas before you weren't even aware of these. They were controlling you. So now you become aware and now you get to choose new thoughts and you get to realize, okay, I'm going to drop those thoughts because they make me feel really bad and they don't serve me in life anymore of how I want to create and be in my life. So as you keep progressing, this is from my own experience, and I can see it in other people like Eckhart Tolle too, who are very aware. They have a huge reservoir. The more you keep practicing knowing, paying attention to the little details in the present moment. But don't forget, not only is a thing in your present moment like a door or a sock on the wall, not only are these things that you can put your attention on, but so are emotions things that you can put your attention on. So are thoughts and images things in the present moment that you can put your attention on. Usually people are completely lost in their thoughts. It's like 100% attention gone in their thoughts. Their images, thinking about this and that in the future and the past, like thinking about 10 seconds from now in the future or a minute from now in the future, where they're going, what they want to do, what they want to get, what they have to do, where they have to go. Their attention is consumed. So the more we keep a little bit of our attention within, then we're not stressed and we have this inner peace because we are attention itself before we shine it on something. So feeling this attention itself is self-realization, and the more you grow in this, the more peaceful you are. It's like you're building a reservoir of consciousness, your reservoir. So the more you practice this, the better you get at it, like anything else in life. And then you have a reservoir, and when something challenging happens, you're not automatically reacting into an argument or into defending your identifications, into being feeling disturbed or belittled by somebody saying your stuff is bad or crap. So if someone says you're crap physically or mentally or emotionally or spiritually, It's like water off a duck's feather. It doesn't absorb into you. It's like someone else's feathers, like what I mentioned earlier. So this is lightness. This is emotional freedom. Practice this in your life. Say it now. I know I'm listening to Owen. I know. I know I am here. I know I am that shine. I am attention of the present moment. I know I am moving my arm. Practice moving your arm slowly. Know it before you do it instead of automatically doing it like a reflex. This is like tremendous practice. Unbelievable practice. This is like becoming like a saint, like a guru. Like Jesus, like Moses, like the Buddha, like Artoli, like Adyashanti. You're building your reservoir. I know I am talking. See if you can plan your words in advance instead of them automatically just happening. I know I'm going to say this now. Beep. I know, here I am, knowing that I'm looking at the clouds. This is just, I can't express how important this is and how powerful this is. Keep in the knowing, okay? Know as much as you can in life. Then you feel good and peaceful, and life is way better. You get to know your limiting and false ideas and beliefs. You get to know your setbacks. You get to know everything. Just keep practicing. You'll be astonished at what you get to realize and wake up to. And you gain insights to. So be there as the witnessing presence that knows. Be there as attention itself. When you shine your attention on something, you experience the stuff, you experience the world. When you shine your attention on stuff in the present moment, you experience the glitters of the present moment. When you just know that you are attention itself and feel it, you experience yourself. When you shine your attention on something, you experience the world. To know that you are attention itself is to be. To shine your attention on something is to be engaged in the world. You can be engaged in the world knowing that you are having your attention on stuff, but also knowing at the same time that you are attention itself that has your attention on something. So this is to be engaged in the world but not lost in the world. So let's try and do that a little bit more instead of being typically just lost in all of our attention in the world, in the things of the present moment. So there you go. Hope you like that, and feel welcome to share your thoughts and to love life more, and to love just to know more, basically speaking. That's it. The whole world will change the more people do this. Become less identified, more peace, better relationships, more happiness, more joy and celebration, more lightness, more carefreeness, more childlikeness. That's it. It's cool. Lots of love and peace to you, and wish you a very nice now moment. See ya.